What's going on, everybody? Stars 10P Aviation here, and I am back with a collection tour. It has been well over 8 months since I last did one of these, and it has been a long time coming. So welcome to the Summer 2025 collection tour. My collection currently totals at 48 1 to 400 scale models, and if you count the other scale aircrafts, I have a total of 51. Which is crazy because in the last update, I barely had 20. So this is definitely a bit of a increase in volume for my collection. So without further ado, let's get started over at the United Airlines part of my collection. Here we have the United Airlines section. My United Airlines fleet currently numbers roughly 13 models, which is crazy. It was a lot less actually earlier today, but I got 4 in if you saw that unboxing. So anyhow, let's get straight into our United models. Starting off here, we have this Air Wisconsin CRJ-200. I do use this aircraft for United Express, which is why it's parked here. Same story goes for this SkyWest. By the way, this is from Gemini. We have this 3D design deck, SkyWest CRJ-200. And moving on here, we have a GoJet from Gemini Jets, brand new release, the GoJet CRJ550. Another GoJet CRJ550. Another GoJet CRJ550. Another GoJet United Express CRJ550. Here we have a Gemini Boeing 737-700 with United. A Gemini Boeing 737 MAX 8 with United in the Being United or United Together livery. We have a United Airlines Airbus A321neo. As you can probably tell, that I really like United Airlines. I'm a big fan of them. Anyhow, here we have this United 767-300 from NG. Here we have a Phoenix Boeing 787-8 from United. A Star Alliance United Boeing 777-300, 200 from NG. And a United 777-300ER from Gemini Jets. Moving on to Delta, we have this Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300. We have this Delta Airlines Boeing 767-400 in the Ron Allen livery. This is from Gemini, and this is from Dragon Wings. We have this NG Models Delta 737-800 with these split scimitars. This Delta Airlines in Airbus A320ceo from NG. And we have this Gemini Jets Delta Connection CRJ-900. The Delta fleet is growing pretty fast. I'm really excited. I'm probably going to get a bunch more Delta models at the same pace as United ones. I really want to grow Delta's fleet in my collection. So hopefully that presence does grow in the next little bit here. Moving on to Alaska Airlines, we have a broken Alaska 737-900 UNCF livery from Gemini. A Gemini UNCF livery that's not broken from Alaska. Gemini Jets Alaska 737-800 standard. Gemini Jets Alaska E-175 operated by Horizon Air in the Horizon Air color scheme here. And another Gemini Jets Alaska E-175, but this time in the standard livery. Moving on to some of the more miscellaneous US stuff here. Here we have an NG Models JetBlue A321neo in a Mint Summer's Dream special livery here. Gemini Jets American Airbus A320. It's been so many months, and I had no American Airlines in my fleet. This is still a relatively new acquisition to the collection. It's crazy I did not have this for a really long time. Dragon Wings Frontier A319 old colors. Gemini Contour E145. Really nice little model in my collection. World Atlantic MD83, I think, from Gemini. A super rare Gemini Orbis Flying Eye Hospital MD10. Here we have a scale 1 to 150 Delta A321neo from Skymarks, and another Skymarks aircraft, this time in 1 to 130 scale from Southwest. Moving on to the retro section of our fleet, it's small, but it will be growing relatively soon with the retro Redmond airport updates that I'm going to start doing relatively soon, like I said. Definitely want to increase my retro collection with some more retro US aircraft. Here we have these two Egypt Air Boeing 707s, both from Gemini. And you have two America West 737-200s from Gemini. This one's in the newer livery, this one's in the older livery. Both of these were 2007, I believe, or 2005 Gemini releases. Moving on to international stuff, we have the Vietnam Airlines 777-200ER. This one is, I don't remember the name. It was like Tang Dynasty models from somewhere. I have no idea. But I don't know the scale. I think it's 1 to 400, kinda. Anyhow, Gemini A350-900 from Air China. Moving on to the Japanese section of the collection. This collection will be growing a lot because I have multiple Japanese model airports that I'm going to start up pretty soon. Here we have this ANA 777-200 in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics livery. Here we have the ANA 737-700 with a special 737-700 retirement sticker from NG Models. This was from JC Wings, by the way. Here we have an NG Models Skymark 737-800. And here we have a JC Wings Fuji Dream Airlines E170 from JC Wings. Here we have my very pitiful European section. I need more European aircraft. Wide bodies, narrow bodies, doesn't really matter. I have two models from Europe, and one's retired. So here we have the British Airways Animals and Trees livery here from Gemini Jets on the 757-200. And here we have an Icelandair 737 MAX 8. Also a very pitiful section, North American internationals area. We have this WestJet Saab 340 from Gemini. That's it. Moving over to cargo here, we have these 3 Cessna Caravans with FedEx feeder. All 3 of these are from Tarmac Designs. Moving on here, we have a Gemini FedEx Boeing 757-200, a UPS Boeing 757-200, a DHL 777-200 interactive series from Gemini as well, and an older, much more rare Gemini Jets Volga Denver Heavy Lift Antonov 124. And though I did go through these pretty quick, that is my full collection tour. The last video was actually longer because I went into a bit more detail, but I have so many aircraft here. Going into detail, this video would take well over 20 minutes, and I don't really want to edit 20 minutes full of footage. So I'm just going to talk about my collection for a minute. Anyhow, the most recent additions are these 4 CRJs, and my oldest model in the fleet is the WestJet Saab 340. Now, let's talk about some future plans. I plan to get more United aircraft, namely the 787-9, Evo Blue CRJ 200s and E175s, more 737s, an A319, and an A320. I also want to get a 777-200 standard livery. Moving over here, I want to get another JetBlue aircraft, preferably an A320ceo and a Embraer 195. For American Airlines, I really do want to get more American, so I'm probably going to get a CRJ 900 and A321neo. Frontier, I want to get a Frontier new livery A321neo. Contour, I think I'm fine with the amount of aircraft I have from them. Alaska, though, I need a lot more. I'm going to get a Dash 800 in the standard livery, because that's a MAX 8. I'm going to get a 900 ER in the standard livery and a MAX 9 in the standard livery. I'd also love to get the Honoring Those Who Serve livery, too. That's a really nice livery. And probably another standard E175. For Delta, I really do need to expand. I want to get a A330-900 Neo, a 767-300 standard livery, a 757-200, and a CRJ-700 from Delta. Those are all more near-term add-ons. For over here, for the Japanese collection, I want to get a Japan Airlines Embraer 190, an ANA 737-800, an ANA A320, and a Peach A320. Probably some more, but I can't name them all off the top of my head. For Europe, I want to get a British Airways 787-10, a British Airways 777-200, a Icelandair 767-300, or a 757-200, one of those two, an Air France, probably A350, a Lufthansa 747-8. That would definitely be one of the largest aircraft in my collection for sure. And plenty of other models from various European airlines, like a KLM 777-300 would be pretty cool to have. For cargo, I want to get a FedEx 767 and a UPS 767, as well as a UPS 747 and a FedEx 777. And for DHL, probably just a 757, 767, and 737. I also like to get some Ameriflight light cargo aircraft and a Mary Star or a Mary Jet, I don't remember the name, 757. And that is my full collection and models I want to get in the future. There are plenty of other models I'd want to get. I'd also want to get like an Air Canada Max, a 737 Max from WestJet as well. But those are kind of just aircraft I think I'd be getting in the next year. Plans can always change, but that wraps up my collection update. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a great rest of your day.